for the best sports in Lorain. That's TV 20, Lorain City Schools Television.
And welcome to Junior Varsity Basketball on WLCS TV 20. Rob Polinsky, Bob Braskich with you. We've got a JV game tonight with Garfield Heights and Lorain. The Lorain JVs, Bob, under Dax McCall, outstanding 12-1 record this season.
Yeah, and I think it's 13-1 after they won last night. Their only loss was to Sandusky, and that was in that JV holiday tournament.
Okay.
No, Dax does a nice job. One of my former guys. I always like to see my former guys do well.
And Garfield Heights gets the tap. They are in the blue uniforms, the away team. The Lorain Titans in the home whites. And we'll get you
that's a
the
travel.
Garfield Heights. And you agree with you? That's Zen Borden, who is starting tonight. Zen Borden is out there for Garfield Heights along with Tavion Tatum. Also in the starting lineup tonight for Garfield Heights, Jonathan Gibbs, Kelvin Diaz, and Yanko Manseri. So those are the starters, and I'll get you Lorain starters momentarily. Starting for the Lorain Titans, we have Sam Clark, Devontae Jackson, Cameron Thomas, Jake O'Lee, and Javon Manning. And it is Javon Manning with the basketball. He gets it out to Jackson. Three-shot by Sam Clark, no good. Rebound, run down, and tipped out to Cameron Thomas. Inside off the glass rim, no good. They fight for the rebound. It goes out of bounds to Garfield Heights.
All right. I mean, nice open five, pass, cut, fill, pick away, curl cut offense by Lorain High. And picking up full court.
They are doing that. Just 45 seconds into the contest with no score. And man-to-man full court pressure.
Jocko makes you uncomfortable. Number 20.
Yes, he does.
He can really put some heat on.
Kelvin Diaz all over him, and they're going to pass it over to Tavion Tatum. And there is your 10-second count. Boy, that is impressive. Jake O'Lee.
He really gets after it. He gets in. He takes you out of your comfort zone. And he's one of the few players that's quick enough to reach and not get beat.
He took me out of my comfort zone, and I'm up here. Lee with the basketball, and he is going to be bumped by Kelvin Diaz. So first foul on Garfield Heights, first on Diaz.
You know, number 20, Lee, he's been dressing varsity of late.
He and Javon Manning from the JVs also dress varsity, as does Cameron Thomas. And inbounding the basketball will be Devontae Jackson, another young man that dresses both JV and varsity. They get it to Jake O'Lee. Lee gets it up top to Cameron Thomas around the perimeter.
Nice
pass,
back cut.
yes, but missed the easy shot, did Lee. And then the outlet pass is going to get knocked away and stolen by Zen Borden. Borden spins in the lane and then gets
a travel.
Called for traveling. His second traveling violation just 2 minutes into the game.
He was out of control. I mean, he ended up behind the backboard. But Garfield has really nice size. Not a very large group out there for the Titan JV squad, but you have to remember the size. Cam Thomas 6'4" and Aiden Brown 6'5", dress varsity.
And it's Sam Clark with the basketball on the left wing. His pass for Lee off his hand. Now he runs it down. Gets it back in front of the Garfield Heights bench.
Well, Garfield plays hard.
Yes, and they get a steal right there. Manseri with the steal. Yanko Manseri gets it on the left side. The jumper goes up, no good by Jonathan Gibbs. The return is no good, and getting the rebound for Lorain is Devontae Jackson. Behind the back with a dribble, coast to coast, and he's going to be fouled on his way to the basket. Going to get a couple of free throws from Mr. Jackson.
You know, the only real size is Javon Manning, listed at 6'3". Garfield's really nice size. I don't have their a couple of 6'2", 6'3s out there, but I'm impressed with how hard they play.
Yes, first free throw, no good.
Nice.
We literally didn't have anything flying blind, but you know, in today's world, what you can do, it took a picture of their roster down the scoreboard.
You know, I did that because of the freshman game, and again, as I told you before, they only had first names. So.
Yeah. Jackson makes 1 out of 2, and the inbound is knocked out of bounds. It'll be Lorain basketball.
Jocko Lee created that turnover by good denial defense in that corner. When you're denied like that, you have to back cut.
They look to inbound. They get it out to Sam Clark. Clark, a long three beyond the top of the key. Missed it. Rebound, Kelvin Diaz for Garfield Heights. They look to push. They get it ahead, laying it up and laying it in is Zen Borden. First basket of the game for Garfield Heights. They lead it 2-1. So the Bulldogs with a 1-point lead. And we get a whistle. And we're going to get a foul here. And I believe that'll be on Yanko Mansari.
That will be their third already.
Yep. Substitution coming into the game for Garfield Heights. We are going to have Tyreek Burge. He wears number 30. Substitution for Lorain. It's Desan Fairley. They look to inbound. Get it up top for Cameron Thomas. Back to Lee. Lee with a pass for Desan Fairley, who just checked in. They get it to Javon Manning on the low block, put it up and in. Javon Manning his first points, and it's 3-2 Lorain, 4.5 to go first quarter. A low-scoring start to this one, Bob.
Yeah. Well, both teams playing really good defense. Turnovers have not resulted in easy baskets.
And, yep, Kelvin Diaz with it. Speaking of that good defense, there's Lee all over him.
Man, I wouldn't want to have him guard me.
And, you know, when you disrupt that point guard, you can't get into your offense.
Yep.
And here come the Titans the other way, laying it up and laying it in on the drive as Desan Fairley.
Nice.
And there's a steal by Lee. He gets it to Manning. See if Lorain can create off of this, Bob. Well, and on the drive, scooping and being fouled is Devontae Jackson, and he's fouled by Jonathan Gibbs. That'll be his second.
Well, you know what I like offensively is they spread the floor, and that opens it up for that kind of offensive dribble penetration. And really, I mean, there isn't anybody out there you should be putting on a block anyway. And when you spread the floor with the younger kids at the freshman and JV level, I really think that it contributes to their development as players.
Jackson makes the first free throw. He has another one coming. Garfield Heights, a couple of substitutions. Marcus Woods comes into the ball game for the first time, and re-entering is Yanko Mansari.
6-2.
6-2, Lorain leads. 3:52 first quarter, 7-2, Lorain leads. Devontae Jackson, 3 out of 4 at the line this quarter.
They trapped that time.
Garfield Heights breaks it, and they get it ahead for Mansari,
Jocko.
but there's Lee with the steal. Boy, he's everywhere, isn't he?
Yep, he's the reason for this score right now.
Jackson will launch a three. He'll hit a three. 10-2 Lorain. Garfield Heights with it, breaks the press, going laying up, and we're going to get a foul.
Oh, wow.
Block or a charge? I was blocked out. I didn't see it.
That is a charge.
Okay.
Ball's going to go over to the Titans.
And they've got to fix the scoreboard. It's 10-2 Lorain. They've got it 7-5.
Wow, Dax McCall. I mean, if you watch Lorain High's full court press, when they trap, they rotate over and take middle away. I mean, it's pretty good. It's almost like the movement of a diamond press. It's nice.
And they do fix the scoreboard, so it is 10-2. 3:20 to go first quarter. Jackson on the drive. Kicks it out to Fairley. Fairley with the basketball. Fairley out by the edge of the center circle. Fairley picks up his dribble. Got to get rid of it. Does so to Jackson. And Jackson finds Manning, the open guy, inside, lays it up and in. Javon Manning with 4, and we've got a timeout for Garfield Heights.
Wow. 12-2 with 2:58 left. Nice.
So as Bob just told you, 2:58 to go first quarter. Lorain leads 12-2. Junior Varsity Basketball, and the Titans starting to get their offense going after a slow start. And defensively, they've been solid.
Yeah, well, you know, here's a good thing, too. Lorain tax amnesty ends March 29th. I'm not going to read this verbatim because there's a lot here, but you can, if you've been having difficulty, you have outstanding tax returns, outstanding balances, outstanding penalties, you can go down to Lorain Municipal in the Income Tax Division, 605 West 4th Street, and there will be an amnesty. A lot of these penalties and so forth will be forgiven, and the special amnesty hours are March 23rd, 9 to noon, Thursday, March 28th, 8:30 to 7 p.m. and Friday, March 29th, 8:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. Amnesty, if you've been having issues, you owe money, haven't filed, all of those things, you can go and take care of it penalty-free.
Under 3 minutes to go first quarter following the Garfield Heights timeout. They trail 12-2. Able to break the press. And getting it into the forecourt is Tyreek Burge. Burge with the basketball. Picks up his dribble, bounces it back to the backs to get Marcus Woods. And in the lane, he puts it up and in. Marcus Woods with his first two. 12-4 Titans. Jackson, a left wing three. He's starting to feel it, and he hits another one back.
Wow.
His second three ball of the game. He's got 9 points. 9 points, and he hasn't made a 2-point field goal. He's got 2 threes and 3 free throws. And into the forecourt again. Dax McCall getting all over his players defensively and fairly right there in their face. Really making it tough. Mansouri get it into the forecourt, and we're going to get the ball loose. They fight for it. We should have a jump ball here. We do. Alternating possession arrow gives it to Lorain. 15-4 Titans, 2:08 first quarter.
One of the things that has changed during that timeout is Garfield is not inbounding it to the person that Jocko is guarding. They've avoided Jocko the last 2 times against full court pressure because he's been so disruptive.
Joe Bach, we've got a cast of thousands up here in the press box tonight. Who knew? Under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Garfield switches down by 9 or 11 to a 2-3 zone. Nice baseline cut.
They get it into Manning. He's fouled. He'll shoot a couple of free throws.
Wow, you wouldn't think somebody would go zone down by 11 in the first quarter, but that's what Garfield has done.
So we're going to have Manning shoot a couple of free throws with 1:53 to go in the first quarter. Manning's free throw is up and in. Javon with 5. We're Garfield Heights coming back into the game. Tavian Tatum, he started, didn't score. He'll replace Jonathan Gibbs. Javon Manning has 5 points. Line left, and he has 6 points now. So it's 17-4. Lorain out in front comfortably. Under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. This one-loss junior varsity team for the Titans playing very good ball here in the first quarter defensively all over Garfield Heights. The Garfield Heights players looking for a foul, don't get it. Lorain gets another steal. Jackson drives in, missed it. The return, Jackson has it. Now he's going to get it back out to Manning. Manning, left side, the jumper goes up and in. Nice. Cameron Thomas.
Nice possession, 19-4, wow.
All Titans.
I mean, just great defense.
Yes. 19-4, and Dax McCall telling Fairley exactly where he wants him defensively.
Notice they stayed away from Jocko again.
They get it inside, and is there a travel? Yes, sir. Third time traveling Zen Borden, and I got to believe those traveling violations are because they're worried about the defense.
Well, exactly, and again, you can't duplicate this in practice, and it really takes you out of your comfort zone, you know, Garfield's comfort zone. The result, turnovers.
Calvin Diaz comes into the game. A long 3-ball up, no good. Missing that was Desan Fairley. And kind of an ill-advised shot, in my opinion.
I agree.
Sam Clark coming in. He'll replace Lee.
Up by 15, no reason to launch that. You don't want to shoot him back into the game. Oh, nice
seconds. Cut. Inside, all alone, and finding Cameron Thomas, he has 4. It's 21-4. Titans, full court, but they're not clamping down like they did earlier as they get across the timeline.
Jocko Lee's out of the game.
Good point. Zen Borden's shot is going to be blocked by Manning. To get it out to Tatum, he'll drive and score. No, he won't. He missed it. And on the rebound, here come the Titans. And with that basketball is Fairley. Fairley got it to Clark, who had a shot blocked by Borden. And coming out of there with the basketball is Tatum for Garfield Heights. Tatum will be fouled on the pass as he was dumping it in for Kelvin Diaz with 20 seconds to go in the quarter.
It'll just be the first team foul against Lorain High. 6 already on Garfield. We'll go to the line on the next Garfield foul.
So for Garfield Heights, Marcus Woods to inbound. 20 seconds to go first quarter. He gets it back. Woods dribbling with it. Woods Kicks it outside to Tatum. A long three. It's good. Tavion Tatum in the scorebook. He has 3, and it's 21-7 with 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Jackson. 5 seconds. I don't think he knows how much time's left.
6-3. Launch it.
He will take it, and he'll miss it off the rim. After 1, our score, Lorain 21, Garfield Heights 7. And we'll be back with the second quarter. You're watching Junior Varsity Boys Basketball on WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools Television.
We make Marines who overpower the desire to quit with the perseverance to prevail. Not for glory, but for honor. For a code that isn't written or spoken, but lived. It's what we do. It's who we are. It's the battle cry of our fighting spirit. Battles won. See all the battles Marines fight to win at marines.com.
Every year, the Salvation Army serves nearly 30 million people in need. That's 1 person every second. So by the time you've finished watching this, 30 more lives will have been changed for good. All thanks to your donations.
Thank you.
Start of the second quarter, Junior Varsity Basketball, and Bob, an impressive first 8 minutes. 7 minutes, I should say.
Defensively awesome.
Titans up 21-7. Defensively,
a lot of heat. That's all I can say.
Defensively, it was Lee, and offensively, it was Devontae Jackson.
Yep.
So Garfield Heights begins the second quarter with a basketball. They trail 21-7. Kelvin Diaz trying to get around Lee, does so. Reverse layup, not there. Return up and no good. And then Lee Tatum, I should say, gets the return up and in. Tavion Tatum with 5. He leads the Bulldogs in scoring. It's 21-9, Lorain.
That was one of the first times I've ever seen Lee get beat off the dribble.
Lee gets it to Manning. Manning over to Sam Clark. Gets it to Cameron Thomas. Foul line jumper.
Oh.
In and out. No good. They fight for the rebound, and coming out of there with it is Jonathan Gibbs. Gibbs into the front court. Lee comes to double team, and they get rid of it. They get it ahead, and Zen Borden will lay it in.
That should not happen.
Well, they trapped. Couldn't get the turnover.
You have to have
21-11.
Somebody protecting that basket. That's 5 straight or 4 straight for
actually
Garfield.
A 7-0 run because they were down 21-4. Right. So it's a 7-0 run for Garfield Heights. Lee into the forecourt. Gets it to Thomas. Thomas dumped it into Sam Clark, and Sam Clark from point-blank range gets his first points. So it's going to be Clark, Jackson, Thomas, Lee, and Manning. The original starting 5 are on the floor for Lorain to begin the second quarter. Lee into the forecourt. Over to Tatum. Tatum with the basketball. It's 23-11. Lorain leads with 5.5 minutes to go until the first till halftime. Tatum, who has 5 points, trying to get around Thomas. A hit, no call. Boy, shouldn't there have been some kind of a foul there?
Yeah, well, we've got a player down for Garfield underneath Jackson, on the floor, face to the floor.
Jackson laid it in. It makes it 25-11. I'll tell you what, he got hit and knocked down, and they didn't call anything.
And that young man is face to the floor. He is moving.
That is Tavion Tatum. Tell you what, while they attend to him, gives us an opportunity to let you know that the Lorain High Sports Hall of Fame will have their annual fundraiser steak fry. It's Sunday, March 3rd, 2019 from 4 to 7 at the Amherst Eagles. That's located on Milan Avenue in Amherst. Dinner is $25. And for a ticket that includes steak, baked potato, salad roll, beverage, and dessert, and $5 of your ticket will go towards a 50-50 raffle. They're also going to have a basket raffle. Extra 50-50 tickets are available. They're $5 each or 3 for $10. The athletic department at Lorain High has tickets available. Interested individuals may also contact Bambi Dillon for tickets or questions at 989-6539. Tatum is now up as he is going to go to the bench.
I'm not sure where he was injured. I think it was a shot below the waist.
Those are the worst ones.
Yeah, but nevertheless, Garfield stands in their offense against the man, and that's what makes the pressure look so good. Well, one of the things that makes the pressure look so good. They stand. You have to back cut this pressure. Spread the floor and back cut.
Marcus Woods will inbound to Kelvin Diaz, also in the ball game right now. Jonathan Gibbs, Tyreek Burge, and there's a left side 3 ball up, no good. fight for the rebound, and it comes down to Marcus Woods. Puts it back up. It's short, and it goes out of bounds off Zen Borden, and it will be Lorain basketball. They lead 25-11. 5:11 to go in the first half. Alongside Bob Braskich, I'm Rob Polinsky. Joe Bach doing the camera work tonight. Junior Varsity Boys Basketball on WLCS TV 20. Jackson drives in, had his shot blocked by Borden, but he's fouled.
That was pretty good early help, with the exception of the foul by Garfield. They're very athletic. They have nice size. They play hard. Down at the other end, I see a general lack of offensive skill level. And again, they have a tendency to stand. And if you stand and you don't have hard cuts and good movement and the floor spread against this kind of heat that the Titan JV team puts on you, you're going to really struggle, and they have.
Free throw by Jackson is good. He has 12 points to lead all scorers in the first half. Devontae Jackson, line left, made 2 for 2. Boy, nice stroke at the line by Devontae. 6-foot sophomore. He looks like he's going to have a nice career down the road.
A number of our JV players played JV last year, so, they're kind of veterans in that respect.
Jonathan Gibbs will get it ahead to Kelvin Diaz. Diaz dumps it down to Marcus Woods. Woods' pass is going to be kicked, so they'll inbound again with 4:48 to go in the half. Substitution, good. Here's a good sign, Bob. Tavion Tatum, who was hurt earlier, they worked on him. He went to the bench for a little while. He's back into the ballgame.
Real smart coach told me one time, kicking the ball like that is not a bad thing to do because it lets you set your defense.
Yeah, you got it inbounded. Yeah, there you go. And Sam Clark, or I should say, Jonathan Gibbs with the basketball, gets it on the right side.
Nice
3-ball goes up, and was that Tatum again? I believe it was. He's got 8, 27-14.
Oh, no foul there?
And the Titans lose control. It goes out of bounds, though. Keep possession. Inbound, it'll be Devontae Jackson, the trigger of the offense. Gets it into Sam Clark. Bank outside to Lee. Lee with the basketball, dribbling around. Dumps it inside to Manning. Manning is going to be fouled, and you can pick one of about 3 Bulldogs.
Oh, and a push by one of the Garfield players getting up. Come on now, that's not right. Nice job penetrating, drawing help by Jocko Lee, and making the next pass.
So it'll be Javon Manning shooting 2. Nope, they're saying it's a 1-and-1.
I kind of thought that was on an attempt to shoot the ball.
Kind of hard to shoot the ball when 3 guys are on your back. Manning front end of the 1-and-1. It's up and in. Doesn't matter. He makes it. So Manning was 7, and it's 28-14.
Manning, nice size at 6'3", a real sophomore.
Manning again. That one's off the rim, no good. Rebound hauled in by Zen Borden. Borden will get it ahead to Jonathan Gibbs. Gibbs across the timeline. And he is going to be fouled, and that one on Devontae Jackson, his first team second. Still 4:10 to go in the first half. It's all Titans. They lead at 28-14. They have doubled up the Garfield Heights Bulldogs. Lorain Titans, 1 loss on the JV team, just like the varsity. Woods will get it out to Tatum. Tatum in the lane, and we'll see. He's going to be fouled. And we're going to get a foul against the Titans.
Yeah, their offense is one pass, and then somebody tries an individual move. They don't really make you defend.
Tavion Tatum puts it up and in. Tatum, boy, where would they be without him? He's got 9 of their 15 points. 28-15, Titans comfortably out in front. 3:58 to go in quarter number 2. Junior Varsity Boys Basketball on WLCS TV 20. Second free throw up and in. Glad you could join us on Lorain City Schools TV 20. Sam Clark with the basketball. Clark double team. Nice pass to Lee. Open jumper. Missed it. Sometimes those mid-range jumpers are the tough ones.
Yep.
Coming out of there is Marcus Woods, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds. It'll be Garfield Heights basketball. Is it just that you don't expect to be that open by?
Well, it's
from 6 or 8 feet away.
Yeah, it's just something that a lot of things you don't work on.
Either you do layups or threes.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough.
So Garfield Heights stand inbound. And that inbound is going to be intercepted by Jackson. Boy, that was a poor entry pass. Jackson easily with the steal. He's had a big first half. Steps in, puts it up, in and out. Rebound, offensive rebound, Manning. But at it stripped by Marcus Woods, it's out of bounds. It'll be Lorain basketball. Good job by Woods to get in there. And for the Titans, coming back into the basketball game is Desan Fairley. For Garfield Heights back in is Yanko Mansari.
Oh, just a back pick and a step to the basket. Wow.
Well, what a block by Gibbs. Gibbs got the block on Manning. They get it ahead to Marcus Woods. And it's out of bounds. It'll be Garfield Heights basketball. 28-16 Lorain. 3:16 to go, 3:19 to go in the first half.
I just got the feeling that this thing's going to tighten up. It seems like Garfield has adjusted to the heat and the speed a little bit.
I would agree with you. Get it inside, double team. We're going to get a whistle, and we're going to get a foul. Wow, that's a tough foul. Fairley had a lot of ball, but evidently he had also a little bit of Jonathan Gibbs.
Okay, now, Rob, did you think that was on a shot?
Not if Manning wasn't shooting at the other end.
Wow.
Yeah, I think they're being generous, giving him 2 free throws. Agreed. Jonathan Gibbs at the line for 2. First one up and good for Gibbs. That's his first point of the night. 28-17 Titans. Fans continue to file in. 3:17 to go in the half. Again, the shot is up, and again, the shot is good by Gibbs.
Lead down to 10.
Yep. 28-18.
Kind of a 1-3-1 zone.
They're going to get it ahead, and there's a 3 ball goes up, and missing that off the back of the rim is Cameron Thomas. We're going to get a whistle and a foul on Cameron Thomas.
Yeah, see, I think, when they're playing the zone like that, I think you have to be a little bit more patient, work that zone a little bit, and see if you can do better than, perimeter jumper after 1 pass or 2 passes.
Dax McCall might agree with you because coming out of the basketball game is Cameron Thomas, who took that 3-point shot. Yeah, I think that's one of those deals, Bob. You can get that shot at any time.
Yeah, you can get that anytime.
Jonathan Gibbs comes in. Gibbs looking to lob.
See, they stand.
And he'll get it in. Tatum backs down the defender, put it up, no good. It gets knocked out of bounds. It'll go to Lorain. Titan basketball, 2:42 to go in the half. They lead by 10, 28-18. And haven't had the defensive intensity in the second quarter that we had in the first.
No. Part of that is due to, I think, Garfield adjusting a little bit. Here's that 1-3-1. They want to trap in the corners with this. There it is, almost.
Lee with it. Kicks it out. Sam Clark, baseline 3. Good. Sam Clark with 5, all in this quarter, and it's 31-18 Titans.
Nice stroke by Clark.
Tyreek Burge with the basketball, gets it across midcourt. Burge will get it to Mansari. Mansari to Jonathan Gibbs. 2:10 to go in the first half. And there's getting the steal was Jackson.
Oh, come on now. That's a foul.
Jackson had the steal, and then we have a foul after that. And it's going to go against Garfield Heights, so we're going to be in the 1-and-1. They'll walk to the other end. And that foul is going to go on Jonathan Gibbs. I have him for 3 fouls, 9 already on Garfield Heights. And for the Bulldogs, they're going to make a couple of replacements. Zen Borden back in. He wears number 12. He's got 4 points. Kelvin Diaz, who started, hasn't scored, is back into the ballgame. So Sam Clark is at the line. He has 5 points tonight. Looking for his first free throw attempts of the evening, line left.
Watch the ball come off his hand. It's pretty good. Pretty good release.
Run
right
into
there.
the 1-and-1, and he missed it. But I agree with you. That was a good release. And coming out of there with it is Tatum. Next foul in Garfield Heights, double bonus. Tatum on the drive. Tatum dumps it inside the board and laid it in. That was well done.
Yeah, they spread the floor. Jocko got beat off the dribble, drew help, and they made the next pass.
Under 2 minutes to go in the half, 31-20. Titans lead by 11. Garfield Heights starting to play a little bit better. They get the pass inside. It's going to be off the hands of Manning, and it's stolen by Tatum. Gets it ahead to Diaz. Tried to pass it back to Tatum, but Lee knocked it out of bounds. Garfield Heights to inbound.
Yeah,
and Cameron Thomas will check back inbound.
Yeah, down at the other end, when we're on offense, fellas, don't force things. You're playing against the zone. You're going to have to work and explore it. Penetrate the seams, reverse the basketball. We're rushing.
On the inbounds, Garfield Heights with the basketball. And they're going to kick it outside. There goes the 3-ball on the right wing. Missing that was Gibbs. And ripping down the rebound is Fairley for Lorain. Got it to Devontae Jackson. 1:20 to go in a half. Titans by 11. And Lee will launch a 3. Missed the 3. Rebound comes down to Zen Borden. Another quick 3. They get it ahead to Jonathan Gibbs. Gibbs into the forecourt. Baseline 3. Tatum off the back rim. No good. Rebound tapped out to Cameron Thomas of Lorain. He lost control. And Garfield Heights with it with under a minute to play in the first half. Junior Varsity Boys Basketball on WLCS TV 20. And driving in, had a shot block was Jonathan Gibbs. Manning got the block to Jackson. Jackson drives, got around Tatum, lost it on the way up. It's out of bounds to Lorain. And Jackson says, Mr. Official, I got held. That's why I lost the ball.
I think Jackson was fouled, but I also think he was the last one to touch it. Garfield coaches, were trying to point that out.
Substitutions for Lorain coming back into the ball game. Damian McShepard into the game for the first time.
I mean, you got 46 seconds in the half here. Work the thing. Work the offense.
Nope, they immediately take a 3, and missing that one is Kelvin Diaz. Offensive rebound.
I mean, don't shoot them back into the game here at the end of the first half.
Fairley with the basketball. He just missed the 3. Fairley double team. Got to get rid of it, and his pass is going to be intercepted. Under 30 seconds to go in the first half. And on the right side, we're going to kick it back out. We're going to get a traveling violation against Garfield Heights.
Okay, against the zone, let's see if we've got 21 seconds. Should be able to hold it. If they trap, people have to make themselves available, little curl cut to go relieve pressure. If your man goes and traps, instead of running away from the situation, little C cut, little curl cut in front of the trap, get it back. All right, 21 seconds against a very soft zone right now.
Lee with the basketball. They want to go for the final shot of the half. 10 seconds. Right side. Now they get it back to Lee. Dumps it in. Got it back. 5 seconds. Got to do something. Whip it into Clark. Clark baseline jumper. No good.
Yes.
Offensive rebound. Cameron Thomas missed it. And we have played one half of boys basketball. Junior Varsity Basketball at halftime. Our score: Lorain's JV 31, Garfield Heights 20. Bob and I will be back with the second half of action after this timeout. You're watching Junior Varsity Boys Basketball on WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools Television.
So how are things? Family good?
Yeah, they're doing well.
Well, hey, we missed you at the game last week. Is everything all right?
I just haven't been feeling like me lately.
Hey, you know I'm here for you, right? And there's support too.
That's a cut. Beautiful, fellas. Beautiful. Acting is one thing. Talking about suicide in real life is another.
In the military, you take challenges head on.
And now it's your turn to do the same for our veterans.
Be there for someone you care about.
Learn how you can start the conversation at BeThereForVeterans.com.
I started mentoring my mentee, Dantre, 4 years ago. I always thought about doing it. It always seemed like a good idea.
We were both nervous when we first met, but everything kind of fell into place.
Mentoring is important to anyone that's pretty fortunate in life to have a little bit of time to pass on that knowledge.
Etienne's a very close friend. I look at him as a brother and a father figure. He taught me just focus on the big picture because I would like to give back just like Etienne gave back to me. Be someone who matters to someone who matters.
The Warriors to Work program makes it possible for wounded warriors and their families to build new lives together.
When my dad left, I was like this big, but now I'm like this big. My dad got a master's degree in human resources.
Thanks to Warriors to Work that my dad has a terrific job.
The Wounded Warrior Project helps him by, giving him another start.
Now that my dad's home, I get a lot more hugs.
I'm really proud of him.
Find out more about Wounded Warrior Project at findwwp.org. Welcome home the brave.
Can I go to the sleepover?
Lucy, I want you to promise me something. If there's any drinking, I want you to say, no thanks, not my thing.
Mom.
I promise you, your real friends won't care. Deal?
I promise, Mom.
They really do hear you.
Did you pack your toothbrush?
For tips on how to start the talk, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov. A public service message from the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration.
In an instant, life can change. Hi, I'm veteran J.R. Martinez. If you've been hurt or disabled due to your service, the last thing you need to do is hurry up and wait for a VA claims decision. Make sure you file an electronic, fully developed claim or e-claim for disability compensation on e-benefits. It's the fastest and easiest way to get a claims decision. Learn more at ebenefits.va.gov. E-claims and e-benefits, online VA claims made simple.
Start of the second half of the Junior Varsity Boys Basketball game. Lorain Titans versus Garfield Heights. Alongside Bob Raskich, I'm Rob Polinsky. 31-20 Lorain at half. They led 21-7, and after one, they were outscored by Garfield 13-10 in the second quarter to take that 11-point lead. That's Lee with the basketball. He's joined by Sam Clark, Devontae Jackson, Cameron Thomas, and Javon Manning. Clark will take a three. He'll miss a three, and Marcus Woods with the rebound.
Come on now. That's against a very soft 2-3 zone. 2 passes, and we launch a deep three. I mean, let's explore that a little bit.
Woods, Zen Borden, also on the floor for Garfield Heights. Yanko Manseri, Jonathan Gibbs, and Kelvin Diaz, their original starting 5 on the floor. Tyreek Burge in there, Tyreek Burge is in there instead of Diaz, so they do have one change. Get you the first half scoring momentarily, but Jackson with the basketball. Lorain seems to be a little bit frustrated with this 2-3 zone, or maybe just taking too quick a shots.
Right, you're exactly correct.
Lee got it inside. That's better. They get it into Manning. He's wide open all alone and scores.
See, their defense will break down if you work the basketball.
So bringing the ball across the timeline is Manseri. Manseri gets it left side to Burge. Back to Manseri. Top of the key, guarded by Sam Clark. Man-to-man defense for the Titans.
A lot of standing a lot. One of the few offenses I've seen with 2 people on the block.
Manseri, top of the key three. He'll take it. He'll miss it. Rebound knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Garfield Heights. For Lorain, halftime scoring, Sam Clark had 5. Devontae Jackson led everybody with 13. Cameron Thomas with 4. Javon Manning had 7, 29 points from the starters. Jaco Lee started, didn't score, and off the bench, Desan Fairley with 2. For Garfield Heights, 2 starters that did not score were Diaz and Manseri, as Marcus Woods has the basketball. He's inside, put it up, no good. And it goes out of bounds. Thank you very much. It'll give me time to let you know that Gibbs had 2, Borden with 6, and leading them was Tatum with 10. 18 points from the starters, and Marcus Wood off the bench for 2. And that's how they got their 20.
Jim Allen gave me a good stat. Number 5, Sam Clark for us, who's on the right wing, came into tonight's game making 11 of his last 13 3 attempts.
Wow. That is impressive.
Yeah.
Driving in, we're going to get a whistle and a foul on Cameron Thomas. First team foul of the second half for Thomas's second foul of the ball game.
If I was Dax right now, I might take a timeout, talk to the fellows, and get them refocused. We've kind of lost a step here.
Are you surprised coming out of the locker room? I would have thought coming out they would have started this a little differently.
I mean, sometimes with the young guys, you have to. Nice pass.
I got you. Lee with a rebound, gets it to Clark. Clark missed the shot, and we get a whistle and a foul.
I think we're rushing on offense. To a certain degree, we're keeping him in the game because we're not shooting the ball well from the perimeter. And I'm just saying that against the zone, I mean, let's show some patience and work it. Nice.
Inbounds to Javon Manning, lays it up and in. And Bob, that's 3 times they have found Javon Manning easily under the basket on inbounds.
Garfield Heights man's out of bounds plays.
And you should zone?
Well, most teams zone. If you're going to man, if 2 people cross in front of your face, you have to switch, and that's what they aren't doing.
Clark misses the layup. I mean, Lorain has gotten several easy baskets off inbounds. And they're going to throw it away. Borden was trying to get it ahead to Burge, and he threw it too far. And we're going to get a timeout on the floor for Garfield Heights. This will be their second timeout of the basketball game. They have 3 remaining. And I can let you know that Lorain City Schools Television, WLCS TV 20, Spectrum Cable, that's 1025 on your Spectrum Cable. Check out Lorain Schools TV 20 on Facebook for all your entertainment and informational needs. If you like Lorain Schools TV 20 on Facebook, you can win some great prizes. Check out that YouTube station. It's Lorain Schools TV 20, all kinds of good stuff on the YouTube station. And you can always follow us on Twitter at LCS_TV 20.
You know, Rob, nobody in the state of Ohio is doing what Joe Bach does concerning local sports coverage. You know, Brian Corey, the athletic director. Nobody's doing it. I see somebody's covering games around Mansfield. They do 1 game a week on Friday nights. Your team may be on once a year. But this is just fantastic.
Joe Bach agrees with you, Bob. Yeah. I didn't know where you were going when you said nobody in the state does what Joe does. I wasn't sure where you were going with that.
There isn't anything like this comparable anywhere. Not even in Lakewood, which is a place that prides itself on
Manning with the basketball. Yep, and he gets called for traveling.
Yeah, these turnovers that we're having right now, these are self-inflicted wounds. These aren't things that good defense is forcing. We've got to settle down, make the easy pass, make good decisions.
4:48 to go into third quarter. Garfield Heights trailing by 15 with the basketball. And bringing it into the forecourt is Burge. Burge in between the circles, gets it to Marcus Woods. Woods with it. Woods will kick it in the corner to Tyreek Burge. Man-to-man defense for the Titans. Junior Varsity boys basketball. We're almost halfway through the third quarter. Titans lead by 15. Woods into the lane, put it up. Nope, got his own rebound though. Back outside for Burge. Over to Woods. Woods, predominantly left-handed, goes up, put it up, and in.
Yeah.
Marcus Woods, you want to force him right, Bob.
Yep, that's the second time he's done that.
35-22. Into the forecourt. It gets knocked out of bounds by Zen Borden. It'll be Lorain to inbound. Crowd continues to file in.
Well, Garfield Heights has been a big program around for the last 10 years.
Sonny Johnson in his 14th year, head coach. Lee with the basketball inside the three-point line, takes it and misses it. Rebound comes down to Calvin Diaz. Diaz cross court, pass intercepted. Now they're going to get it ahead, and here comes Jackson, and he'll slam it home. Devontae Jackson showing off some hops.
Very rarely see a dunk in the JV game. He did that easily.
Yep, he's got 15, and it's 37-22. The lead for Lorain is 15. For Jackson, his first points of the second half. Back outside, Marcus Woods takes a three, misses it. Rebound, fought for, still fought for. Diaz has it, and he is going to get tied up. And the official.
Another elbow. Come on now, guys. It's just a held ball. No reason. That's not a Lorain High player doing that. It's the second time tonight we've had a little.
The official could have called his held ball a heck of a lot sooner than he did. And when you don't, sometimes things happen.
Point well taken. I mean, throwing an elbow coming out of that?
Well, you know, and the other thing is with JV officials, you only have 2 in a game, where with varsity you're going to have 3. And 2 guys can't see what 3 guys can see. Do you follow my point?
Yep.
And with the basketball is Philip Gill into the game for the first time. Philip Gill wears number 20. And losing control on the way to the basket was Tyreek Burge, out of bounds to Lorain.
Garfield now picking up full court, down by 15 with 3 minutes left.
Fairley into the basketball game, has the dribble. Fairley into the forecourt. Gets his pass to Cameron Thomas,
Yeah, that's
an
an
offensive charge.
Foul. Now, come on, fellas. Dax, I'd take a timeout. Talk to your boys.
Thomas.
Forcing too much.
I have him as with 3 fouls. Woods into the forecourt. Woods on the drive. He's going to go to the basket, miss it. Cameron Thomas gets the rebound. But Woods fought for it and intercepts the pass. Got it to Burge for 3. Missed it. Woods fighting again. Got it. Put it up. No good. He got another rebound. Put it up. No good.
Again.
Gets it again, and it's blocked out of bounds by Lee.
Woods is a big body. Looks like a linebacker.
Yes, he does. Plays like one, too, sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean that in a good way. And get it inside. Spinning shot blocked by Cameron Thomas. And boy, the JV coach from Garfield Heights is really chewing on the officials wanting a foul call. And again, I made this point earlier, but just to reiterate, when you have 2 officials, they are not going to see as much as 3 guys do. Varsity level, you always have 3. Lee now into the forecourt. Lee with a pass inside.
There's nothing there.
Boy, and a great job by Jonathan Gibbs saving that for going out of bounds for the Bulldogs.
Make the easy pass.
Burge on the left side. Gill for 3. Put it up. No good. Out of bounds. It'll stay with the Bulldogs.
Again, baseline out of bounds plays, they've been lobbing directly into the post. They aren't going to do that this time. They're going to set a pick and a curl cut.
Top of the key 3 by Burge. It's around rim and in.
Yep. Leads down to 12.
37-25. 2 minutes to go in the third. Lee breaks the press. They get it to Thomas. Thomas right back to Lee. Dumps it inside the extra pass, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul, and Javon Manning will go to the line for 2.
Boy, I really like what Dax McCall does in full court pressure. He runs 2 players and stretches the defense. He runs 2 down to the other end of the floor. Then when they trap, it's 3-on-3 on the ball side. When they trap, you're basically 2-on-1 off of that trap. And so the person getting trapped has to read. One of those people has to be wide open, and that's what we saw in that last possession. I mean, it's 2-on-1, our favor, off of a trap. And Lorain High spread the floor nicely and made the right pass.
Manning with 5 1/4, 12 in the game.
And get the other 2 players out of the road. Stretch the defense. That's how you do it.
Second free throw, no good. We get a whistle and a lane violation on a Titan that'll give the basketball to Garfield Heights.
What was the time what was the score at halftime, Herb? What do we have? I think I wrote it down and I can't find it.
31-20, Lorain.
We've scored 7 this quarter. Come on.
Top of the key 3. It's no good. Offensive rebound. And going up with it was Jonathan Gibbs. He had a shot blocked. And here come the Titans into the forecourt and Cameron Thomas. So we're going to get a timeout now.
Okay, I see what's being said over there during this timeout. Settle down. Dave Rossitano over there. Dak saying the same thing. I mean, you're up by 13 points. You don't want to shoot them back into the game.
Lorain Sports Hall of Fame will have their annual fundraiser steak fry. It's Sunday, March 3rd. It's from 4 to 7. It's over at the Amherst Eagles. It's located on Milan Avenue in Amherst. Dinner, it's only $25, and it's going to get you steak, baked potato, salad, roll, beverage, and dessert. $5 of that ticket price go towards a 50-50 raffle. A basket raffle also will be held. Extra 50-50 tickets are available for $5 each or 3 for $10. And the athletic department of Lorain High has those tickets available. If you're interested, you can also contact Bambi Dillon for tickets or with any questions at 440-989-6539. So the Titans and the Bulldogs just about set to come back on the floor. Lorain leads 38-25, late stages of quarter number 3.
Take care of the basketball. First open man gets the ball. It can't be one pass and an individual move to try to score.
Inbounding the basketball will be Devontae Jackson. Jackson to inbound. Does so to Fairley. Fairley, they get it in the corner. Javon Manning. And he kicks it back out to Lee. Lee dribbling in, passes it. Inside for Thomas, back outside. Jackson, cross court for Lee.
Nice.
Manning in the corner, minute 15 to go in the third.
That's how you do it.
To Jackson, he'll take it, he'll miss it. Rebound out of bounds, and it's going to Garfield Heights.
That's okay. That was a great offensive possession.
Agreed. Several passes. They moved it around. They got an open shot. Burge into the forecourt.
Travel.
We got a hippity hop and a traveling on Jonathan Gibbs.
Okay, we're still stuck at 7 points scored in this entire quarter.
For Lorain, yes. Yeah. Garfield Heights only has 5. So it's 38-25 with 1:03 to go in the third quarter. Junior Varsity Boys Basketball alongside Bob Braskich. I'm Rob Polinsky. Joe Bach with the camera work for you tonight on TV 20. Manning dumps it in for Cameron Thomas. Put it up, no, but he's fouled. A couple of free throws for Cameron Thomas.
That's how you break full court pressure. It was a nice job right there.
Foul on Zen Borden. Third team foul on Garfield Heights this half. Thomas free throw, up and in. Thomas with 5. First points of the second half. Thomas, line right. In and out, no good. Rebound, Marcus Woods, Garfield Heights. Garfield Heights in the dark uniforms, Lorain with the home whites. Dribbling in and putting it up was Burge, missed it. And it's going to be saved back out to Marcus Woods. He missed from point blank range, put another one up, and that one's good.
Marcus Woods, not long, but it's very strong inside.
He's got 6. Down a half a minute to go in quarter number 3. Lee double teamed and he threw it away.
Come on now, there's that situation that I talked about. Run 2 guys down the other end of the floor. They trap. You have 2 against 1 off of that trap. Both of the players in that situation were wide open. Got to make a good pass.
Bulldogs get the turnover. And they get it to Gibbs. Gibbs with the basketball, stolen by Cameron Thomas. Ahead to Jackson. Jackson with the basketball. Jackson's going to drive in and put it up, miss it. And rebound is hauled out of there by Manseri. Beyond Smith-Belcher checks in for the first time for Lorain. He's at the back end right there. Altered that shot. Marcus Woods put it up and in. Woods with 6 1/4.
2 seconds.
And that'll do it for the third quarter. After 3, it's Lorain 39, Garfield Heights 29. We'll be back with the fourth quarter. Junior Varsity Boys Basketball, quarter number 4. It's coming up next. You're watching Junior Varsity Boys Basketball on WLCS TV 20. Boy, these guys are big kids for junior high, and we'll be back right after this.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Yeah, it's for a nicer day, huh?
Oh, it's beautiful.
Gonna get some big ones. Anybody want to wear a life jacket?
I'm good.
No life jacket? That's a deal breaker.
Daddy, you promised.
Daniel Stevens.
Yeah, give me one of those life jackets.
This message brought to you by the National Safe Boating Council and the women who nag you. Love you.
Ohio State is saving lives every day.
This is Ohio State.
We're the economic engine of the state. A major employer.
Over 60,000 students. We're on the forefront of cancer research. An educational core of Ohio.
Impacting tens of thousands daily. Our alumni organization is nearly 500,000 worldwide.
This is Ohio State.
This is Ohio State. Ohio State.
This is the Ohio State University.
Start of the fourth quarter. Lorain with the basketball up 39-29. A three ball by Sam Clark is up and in.
Well, that's it, Sam Clark. I don't know what he is tonight, but 11 for 13 coming into this game.
I can tell you he's made 2 of them tonight. I don't know how many he's taken. 42-29, Lorain by 13. Woods gets it on the left side to Diaz. Diaz into the lane. Nice wraparound pass. Jumper goes up. Missing that badly was Manseri. And Clark got the rebound, and we have a foul for Lorain. This to start the fourth quarter. You've got Lee. You've got Clark also on the floor. They've got Manning, Thomas, and Jackson. And we've got a 30-second timeout, Bob.
Okay. Well, let me get back to that Lorain tax amnesty, which ends March 29th. If you've got outstanding tax returns, outstanding tax balances, outstanding penalties, here's what you can do. Special amnesty hours are extended. You can go to Lorain Municipal Income Tax Division, 605 West 4th Street. The website is www.cityoflorain.org. Saturday, March 23rd, 9 to noon. Thursday, March 28th, 8:30 to 7 p.m. And Friday, 8:30 to 7 p.m. And you can get a lot of that stuff cleaned up. Amnesty, good thing.
Inbounding, Sam Clark. Clark will get it to Lee. Lee in the backcourt, got it to Clark. They break the press, they get it to Manning. Manning's going to drive, Manning's going to miss. And Clark gets his own rebound and pulls it back out. Nice job.
Good.
Right there by Sam Clark.
Now run an offense.
Lee gets around the defender, dumps it inside, and we have a whistle and a hard foul.
Wow.
And a couple of free throws coming up for Devontae Jackson.
Hard foul to say it mildly.
Yes. Jackson will shoot 2. That is the definition of when you say you're going to make somebody earn the points.
Oh, he was whacked.
Jackson will earn these if he makes them. Misses that one. I know Garfield Heights had a heck of a football team this year. I don't know if they hit any better on the football field than they did right there.
I'll bet you number 11, whose name escapes me at the moment because I can't find my roster. I'll bet he played. He looks like
Jackson.
He
makes 1 out of 2. That's Marcus Woods, who you were speaking of.
Marcus Woods looks like a football player.
43-29. Lorain leads by 14. 6:10 to go in the ball game. There's the aforementioned Marcus Woods inside, backs up his defender, put it up, no good. Rebound, Sam Clark for the Titans. Clark, long outlet, gets it to Jackson. Jackson will spin around his man, put it up off the rim, no. Rebound, Javon Manning. He gets his defender up, put it up, yes, and he's fouled. Manning with 14. He'll look for 15 at the line. 7 in the first half, 7 in the second half.
Javon again, nice size, 6'3". A real sophomore.
Manning line right, put it up and in.
2 3-point plays to start this fourth quarter.
Manning with 15, 5:45 to go in the ball game. Lorain has lengthened the lead to 17, and there's a turnover on the Bulldogs. So it looks like Lorain was able to withstand a little bit of a push by Garfield Heights in the second, third quarters. Now they've lengthened it back out. Substitutions, Fairley comes back in for Lorain. He'll inbound. Got it to Jackson, finds Lee. Lorain able to break the press a little bit easier of late. Lee on the drive, dumps it inside. Manning goes back up and in.
Nice.
And they beat the press, they can get some easy baskets.
Yep. Attack off the dribble. Make the next pass.
Yep, 48-29. Titans with their biggest lead of the ball game at 19. With the basketball is Gibbs. Gibbs on the three-point line. Gibbs lost it, but he's going to get called for a foul. There was a reason that he lost the basketball, says Mr. Official. And that foul goes on Javon Manning.
If you watch Garfield Heights when they have the ball, everybody that catches the ball puts it on the floor. And that really makes them easy to defend in the half court. Everybody catches the ball, immediately puts it on the floor. Defense gets set.
Khalib Davis into the game for the Titans for the first time. They dump it inside with the basketball is Zen Borden. Borden looking, gets rid of it, finds Marcus Woods. Woods with a pass on the left side, left wing three off the rim, missing is Philip Gill. Offensive rebound for the Bulldogs. 5 minutes to play in the ball game. Titans lead by 19. Philip Gill dumped it in, is stolen away. Now they're going to lob it up top, driving in and losing it on the way up, but out of bounds off Garfield Heights, so Lorain will inbound.
Difference between these two teams, Rob, is offensively, Lorain much more skilled with the basketball.
Deshaun Fairley with 4.
Much more skilled.
And it's 50-29 Titans. 4:35 to go in the ball game. Jump stop, putting it up, no, but a couple of free throws for Manseri.
That's 3 at 3 for 1.
So
50-29, up by 21. You know, when we've done these in the past, one of our favorites has been Smith Belcher, 6'6", Big B we call him. I'm anxious to see him get in the game.
Damian McShepard played a couple of minutes earlier in the first half. Comes back out. Second free throw up and in. Manseri gets in the scorebook. That's his first point. Makes it 50-30. 4.5 minutes to play. Bounce pass ahead to Fairley. Deshaun Fairley with the basketball. Deshaun is guarded out there by Tyreek Burge.
Okay, you can't stand.
Gets it to Davis. Davis on the drive, dumps it inside. The shot goes up by Cameron Thomas. No good, and ripped out of there by Jonathan Gibbs.
Oh.
And Jackson is going to knock it away. Jackson on the drive. He'll scoop, he'll miss. We've got a Garfield Heights player who is hurt, and they're going to take time to attend to him with 3:55 to go.
You know, this is an important time, I always think, for a young team when you're up by 20 with 4 minutes left. Something along those lines. You can't allow the situation, because you're going to win the game, you can't allow the situation to lead to a decline in play or to a decline in effort. You know, one of the things you might do as a coach is sub and take off full court pressure, which is kind of an old adage, do those two things, but you can't allow, you know, the quality of play to decline given the situation. Now, Dax really hasn't gone to the bench completely yet. I expect he will.
And on the inbound, they're going to get the basketball to Jonathan Gibbs for Garfield Heights. They trail by 20, under 4 minutes to go, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul. And it'll be the 15th foul on Lorain.
Well, one of the reasons why they only have 30, I mean, Lorain High's defense is good, but they're one pass and an individual move off that pass. Now, the problem for them, if they're going to play that way, is none of their players are that skilled to do that.
Gibbs free throw, it goes around the rim and it fell in. Gibbs with 3, all from the foul line. That foul was on McShepard, his first. Each team with 5 team fouls, so they're still a couple of fouls away before they get to the bonus. 3:48 to go in the basketball game. Second free throw is short. Offensive rebound, a three-pointer goes up, it's no good. Offensive rebound again by Manseri, who just missed the 3, and then Lee stole it away.
Nice.
Gets it ahead, laying it up and laying it in is going to be Deshaun Fairley. He's got 6. 52-31, 3.5 minutes to play. So the Lorain JV, they're going to remain with just 1 loss on the season to this point, just like the varsity.
Yeah, I'd like to see that Sandusky team. I mean, they had to be really good to be our JVs.
On the drive, putting it up, missing that one is going to be Burge. Offensive rebound by Borden, missed it. Offensive rebound by Burge, nobody's fouled. He'll get a couple of free throws. Tyreek Burge will go to the line for 2. That's the 6th team foul on Lorain, and it stops the clock with 3 minutes, 10 seconds to go in the ballgame. Burge for 2. Free throw up and in. Tyreek with 4 points tonight. Garfield Heights substitution, Kelvin Diaz. Second free throw, good.
Waving it off.
He went across the lane early, so they'll take that one off the board. Remains a 20-point lead for Lorain with 3:10 to go in the ball game.
Okay, now it's 2 against 1 off that trap. There's the open man. Somebody's got to be open.
And they throw it away. Woods with the steal. Woods into the forecourt, gets it on the left side. And a runner by Burge is off the glass and in. Burge with 6 off the bench. Long outlet for Fairley. Deshaun Fairley put it up. No, the return is up by Cameron Thomas. No good. And on the rebound, it comes out to Marcus Woods of Garfield Heights. Garfield Heights will set up the offense with 2:39 to go in the ball game. Jonathan Gibbs with that basketball, guarded by Fairley. Gibbs got around Fairley, laid it up and in. 52-36. Lorain's lead is 16. They get it ahead, and laying it up and in is Khalib Davis.
No success pressing Lorain High. 0.
With the basketball into the forecourt, come the Bulldogs. Burge is open for a left side 3 ball. It's no good. Rebound Marcus Woods. He's a bear in there, rebounding it. Missed it, but then coming out of there is Jonathan Gibbs for Garfield Heights. 2 minutes to go in this basketball game. Gibbs into the lane. Gibbs lost it on the way up. It's off of a Lorain defender. Garfield Heights is substituted.
Young man Gibbs is going to be a good player. When he gets a perimeter shot, he's going to be a really good player.
Clark, Manning, Jackson all re-enter for Lorain. 3 starters back into the ball game for Garfield Heights. They are going to have Shane Wells come in for the first time. The minute 54 to go in the basketball game. On the inbound, they get it to Zen Borden. Borden gets it ahead to Evan Robinson. Robinson into the game for the first time. And we're going to get a steal by Lee. Lee with the steal. Lee will lay it up and lay it in. Jaco Lee, his first points of the ball game. And you know what? As well as he's played defensively, good to see Jaco get a basket.
I totally agree. And he's still playing hard, up by 20-something.
He doesn't know any other way. And you know what? I think he knows at the next level to get playing time, he's going to have to play like that.
You're absolutely right.
He's a 5'7" sophomore.
You're absolutely right. And there's a place on a good varsity roster for somebody you can bring in the ball game to take another guard out of their comfort zone. He also, in transition, does a nice job of seeing up the floor, although he doesn't have a lot of, size to see over a defense. But he's very good at first open man up the floor getting the basketball.
Ball loose on the floor. Manning comes out of there with it. Gets it ahead to Lee. Lee is going to lay it up, and we're going to get a whistle, and we're going to say offensive goaltending on Lorain. Substitutes coming into the basketball game with 1:10 to go.
Okay.
And we're going to see Beyond Smith-Belcher come in. He played a little bit in the first half.
That's who I want to see, Big B.
He played a little bit in the first half. Kenny Jenkins comes in.
Just left the game and an amazing three-point shooting percentage the previous 3 games. He was
Justin Pryor comes in.
85%
Foul line jumper is up, no good. Rebound Smith-Belcher. And he gets it ahead to Justin Pryor, who just checked in. On the left side, Davion Reese with it. Reese gets it ahead on the right wing. Under 50 seconds to play. Jenkins lost control, stolen out of there. Tyreek Burge with the basketball. Burge leaves it for a teammate. And putting it up off the glass and rim, missing with Shane Wells. And Davis will come out of there with it for Lorain. 25 seconds to go in the ball game.
Well, I think we're going to hold it. Garfield is backed off.
Davion Reese will drive in and miss the layup. 10 seconds to play. 56-36. And walking it into the forecourt is Reese. Gets it on the left side. 3 ball goes up. Chase Eli missed it. That'll do it. Final score, Junior Varsity game. It was Lorain 56, Garfield Heights 36. The Lorain JV team still with only 1 loss on this season. Boy, Dax McCall and his team having another great season, Bob, as you see the two teams shake hands.
Well, I think the start of the game, the first quarter, was the key to the rest of the game. Lorain High came out with really intense full court pressure, great heat. You know, Lee was in the middle of a lot of that, to the point there where they had to take a timeout and say, don't inbound the ball to whoever Lee's guarding. I mean, that's what was said during Garfield's timeout. And I think in that first quarter, where Lorain High demonstrated the ability to completely take Garfield Heights out of their comfort zone, it affected the way the game unfolded after that. Now, on the downside, and it's very correctable, I didn't think we played that well with a big lead. I thought we could have played a little bit smarter, made the easy pass, worked, and got better shots. However, I mean, there's no denying the effectiveness of that first quarter effort. It was off the charts. Very good.
So it all adds up to Lorain winning it by a score of 56-36. They led after one quarter, 21-7. They led at halftime, 31-20. After three, it was 39-29, and then they outscored Garfield Heights 17-7 in the fourth quarter to win it 56-36. Quickly looking at individual scoring for the Lorain Titans JV. Sam Clark had 8, Devontae Jackson with 16, Cameron Thomas with 5, Jaco Lee with 2, Javon Manning led the Titans in scoring with 17. All 5 starters scored, and they scored 48 points. Off the bench, Davis with 2, Fairley with 6. 8 off the bench, 48 for the starters gave Lorain JV their victorious total of 56. For Garfield Heights, Mansari had 1, Gibbs with 5, Borden with 6, Tatum with 10. For the starting 5 for them, they had 21 points. Then off the bench, Tyreek Burge with 6, Marcus Woods with 8. And it was a final of 36 points, 21 from the starters, 15 for the bench. So that's going to do it for their JV boys basketball game. And Bob, great to work with you. And,
my pleasure, Rob.
All right, want to thank Joe Bach. Great job on the camera work. Once again, our final score: JV varsity or JV boys basketball, Lorain 56, Garfield Heights 36. You've been watching Junior Varsity Boys Basketball on WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools Television.
This has been a production of Lorain City Schools TV 20 WLCS.